I made the dumbest decision by buying this FRS. The Civic and the Miata are 30 plus years old, so I was looking for a daily on Facebook Marketplace, and that's where I found this FRS for $6,000. But even though I got it for a cheap price, it still comes with a few problems that we need to fix in this video. Once the maintenance is all done, we can add some performance and give that eBay special. This is 163,000 miles, so God knows who even changed all the fluids. In July, the previous owner did change the whole clutch system. If all the fluids are not changed, this thing could run very rough. Since this is our newer car, hopefully nothing should break. Because the FRS has a lot of miles, we are gonna change every fluid possible. Anything from your oil, to your diff fluid, to your brake fluid, to your fuel cleaner, the transmission fluid, even the AC. I'm hoping the AC just needs a recharge rather than a new compressor. Sometimes it blows hot, sometimes it blows cold. It's kind of weird. Also bought a cabin air filter. This car does stink sometimes. First thing we're gonna do is pour in this high mileage fuel treatment. Basically what this does, it cleans the injectors and any deposits. Don't get this on your fingers. Since I'm a professional, I don't need no gloves. I'm OSHA certified. This stuff does treat up to 25 gallons. I think there's only like 13, 14 gallons in this FRS, so I mean, that's more than enough. Next up is our cabin air filter. This car stinks like a mofo when I first bought it. I don't know what's in it. I hope there's no rats. I'm hoping it's just old leaves and dirt and stuff like that junked up in the cabin air filter. So, look at that, it has some starlight in here. I don't know if I like it. Once the glove box is down, there is a little door that opens and you can see the cabin filter. Oh yeah, look at that. A couple leaves and whatever that's on there. Bro, this even comes with instructions. There we go. Now, hopefully my allergies won't act up like, Next up, people tend to forget to replace their diff fluid. And that's very important because you don't want to lock it up if it runs dry. If it locks up, the car will literally go nowhere. Previous owner didn't tell me when it was changed, so I'm pretty sure it hasn't been changed. The reason why I have the FRS on all 4 jack stands, so that way, when we do refill it, it's going to be even. We're not going to miss a little single drop or overfill it. Now we take our cheater. There we go. It's not the proper way to do it, but I work with what I got. There we go. Oh, diff fluid is not too bad. Here is the drain plug. Oh yeah, look at all that. Plug is all clean. Put a brand new washer in here. I'm not sponsored by them by any means, but the cool thing about these bags is that they're flexible. Plug it in without having to use those pumps. Our diff fluid has been replaced. Pretty satisfying. The oil was kind of dark, but it was still fresh. All right, next we're gonna change our trans fluid with some MT90. I know a few friends that recommend this and they said it's some good stuff. Because the transmission plug is in a difficult spot, I gotta use the pump in order to siphon the fluid up to the trans. Yes. We're gonna do some .4 fluid. I know a lot of people despise the SuperTech brand. I've used it on this Turbo Civic. I've used it on the Miata. I never had a problem with this. It's cheap, it works. I couldn't bleed the brakes by myself, so I asked Mama Mai for help. Now that we got the trans fluid and the diff fluid flush, it's time to do the oil and the coolant. It's just preventative maintenance since it's over 160,000 miles. We are gonna run a 30 instead of a 20 because race car. The yellow fitting, that's where we're gonna loosen our coolant. Now I'm taking the coolant reservoir out just because it looks a little dirty. I think they just put regular water in here. The cool thing about these FRSs, unlike Hondas, is that they have a bleeder screw right here. So you leave this open while you fill it up with coolant. It literally bleeds all the air out quicker, which is actually pretty convenient. It's super easy to get this oil filter. The oil filter is literally right on top of the engine. That is one plus of having a Subaru. Oil filter is not coming off. Bro, I'm about to crash out. Who put on this oil filter, bro? I'm about to do the screwdriver. Did this guy use an impact or what? There we go. Holy crap. Ooh. And tight, boys. The satisfaction of putting new stuff on the car is just so good. Went to O'Reilly's and got a new drain plug. Old one was stripped, so might as well change it out. Once the coolant was completely drained, I cleaned the reservoir and bolted it back in.
Go, go, go! Previous owner did overfill the oil level, and that is no good. And then we're gonna make sure all the air is out of the system. If we don't get any air out of the cooling system, that could also overheat as well.
It took about 30 minutes to bleed the whole coolant system, and then we move on to the next thing. Unfortunately, this is my least favorite part, and that's doing the spark plugs. If you guys don't know, the spark plugs on these boxer motors are super difficult, and there's barely any room to do anything at all. It sucks either way, because even though I'm Asian and I'm skinny, it was a difficult time for sure.
So next on the list is the steering, bushing, dampener, whatever you call it. In the previous video, a lot of you guys said that the sway end links were going out, but I realized that wasn't it. If I start turning this wheel, you'll notice it'll start making a clicking sound. Good thing is that the fix is only $5. It's literally this tiny little bushing. Bad thing is we have to take apart the whole steering column. Even this plastic piece, it has a label that says Super on it.
Pulling out the steering column took me about an hour. I mean, it was all right. I wouldn't say it's an easy job.
The only thing left we need to do is unveil this cap. It should show the broken bushing. On the left is the old bushing. You can see it's completely broken on the inside. It left like little crumbs inside. You can see some of the leftover bushing. Crazy how this small of a thing could cause a problem.
Once the item was replaced, it was time to put the interior back together.
We're gonna see if the noise has quieted down. Oh yeah. Since the FRS is a decade old, it's time to add some Apple CarPlay because it doesn't have it, and make the interior a whole lot newer. So let's open this bad boy up. The great thing about this radio, it's a plug and play. Everything is included in the box, so no splicing, no cutting, no nothing. Before we install our new radio, we're gonna have to take off the trim. Look at the size difference between these two radios. If we don't know where we're going, well, we definitely do now. This car doesn't even have GPS.
The wiring looks intimidating, but it's not. Everything is plug and play, labeled, comes with 4G antenna, GPS, and so much more.
It's been 30 minutes later and I finally got everything plugged in. The instructions were actually pretty helpful, but I still didn't have to cut any wires or anything like that. Oh yeah, it works. Oh yeah! As you can see, I connect my phone to the radio without having to use a cable. Playlist right here will play a song. Don't want to play it too long because we'll get copyrighted. So much better than what this is. This doesn't even have Apple CarPlay or navigation. This would be cool to have on road trips. And the music sounds pretty good. Look, let's turn it. And it gets pretty loud. Finally, time to take the screen protector off. Ooh. In the future, I will try to find a trim that matches with this so that way it looks way better. There's chrome. You can set up your EQ to see how you want it. Obviously, you can install some games. TikTok if you wanted to. If you guys haven't already subscribed already, make sure to subscribe. Look at this. You can even scroll through TikTok. Now, I don't want to play it through because there's copyright issues, but look, and you can scroll through the comments. Watch TikTok, YouTube, Netflix, Apple CarPlay, like, dude, there is so many things on here. It's actually pretty sick. If you guys are interested in the radio for your Scion FRS, BRZ, or 86, I will have the link down below, which you could save a little bit of money, and that way you could get some Apple CarPlay yourself. Since the FRS is a decade old, in this box is gonna make it feel newer and also function better. Oh, we got candy. As you can see, there's nothing holding the hood. It just automatically goes down because there's no struts holding it. And then we got to use this hood prop.
With the Driven Media Kit, it basically converts your hood prop to a strut, making it easier to open the hood without propping it up.
Well, I guess it's a good thing that we're replacing this anyways. I just broke the clip. Now we can finally get rid of this. See if this thing closes correctly. Oh yeah! The next thing on the list, we're gonna upgrade the third brake light. It's bright, it's LED from factory, however, it doesn't blink. So if anyone's behind me and if they don't pay attention, most likely someone will pay more attention with something that is blinking right in their face. Adding the harness is super simple. Open the trunk first, and right under the trunk, you'll see this harness right here. That is what we're gonna be adding on. So let's get this in. Like so. Oh yeah. Doesn't take up a lot of space, and you'll never notice it because the trunk most likely will be closed the whole time. Now it's finally time to test the third brake light and see if it even works. Oh yeah! I can see it from the back from here. Oh yeah, it works. If you guys are interested in any Driven Media products, I do have a discount code in the description or link in the bio in order to save yourself some money. Now they have a dyno chart on here saying it increases horsepower by 5, but I don't know. Sometimes I think that's just a lot of mumbo jumbo. I guess I'm a fool for buying this anyway, so we're gonna add this in. You guys are probably wondering why I'm doing a drop-in filter instead of an intake. I've seen all the other intakes that hide in this engine bay, and it seems like it's just really a hot air intake. And because this enclosing is pretty good, that's why I'm going with a drop-in filter. We are gonna modify this intake to have the most produced horsepower, of course. But for now, we're gonna do this drop-in. Drop-in filter is pretty simple. There's 2 clips, boom, boom, no tools needed. And this should just separate by itself. Just do a little bit of wiggling. The OEM filter, it's pretty clean. We're gonna replace this anyways because more horsepower. Make sure tabs are aligned. We just added 5 more horsepower to this bad boy. One of the last things we're gonna do for the FRS is this refrigerant. Now it blows AC sort of cold and sort of hot at the same time. Hoping when we fill this up, it should be good to go. I do have a little gauge to tell me if I'm overfilling it or not. Turn max AC on, recycled, and then all the way to the face. It's blowing nice and cold. AC compressor is kicking in too, so it's definitely a lot colder than it was. There is one little issue on the FRS that we haven't addressed, and that is the valve cover seal and the spark plug seal. I probably won't replace that until it actually misfires.